Sorry about that. We had some family stuff come up real quick. So anyway, I want to fill in the background with all kinds of manner of trees and bushes and rocks. Basically just stuff that you can't get past. And then this building has a few puzzle spoilers that I won't talk about. But basically it's going to have a rocky exterior just like this. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and start drawing some different pieces. So I think I want to put a bunch of pine trees and regular trees in the background. So I'm just going to start off with some triangle shapes, stuff like that. I was even thinking of having maybe a tree kind of growing out of or breaking into the foundation. Because this is a building that will have been like abandoned for 100+ years, and maybe nature is starting to take a hold. But let's just start drawing some shapes. Like pine trees. And what else? I'll have to have something in front to block the player off. I mean, it won't be hard because there's very little room. Hey guys, welcome in. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, bushes are easy. Just kind of lay in here. I'll just put a basic shape for now. And I should probably put a little silhouette of something at the bottom so that the player doesn't think that they can walk south too. So I think at this point I no longer need the vanishing lines, so I might get rid of those. Maybe I'll get rid of those in a little bit. Just keep them for now. So let's put in some foreground foliage. Let's zoom in a little so I can do a little bit more details. Just a silhouette of bushes, so it doesn't have to be super precise or detailed. You just want to make sure it doesn't look artificial. You want it to look truly random, which is hard to do sometimes. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Oops, I don't like that actually. Welcome in, Davor. What is new? Happy Friday. Oh gosh, it's still very artificial, these lines. They have to be very... you can't do straight lines for bushes. Otherwise it doesn't look right. Alright, well, welcome in, and if you just got here, we're doing this beautiful building today. I'm not a big fan of doing buildings because I don't like doing details, but you know, there are going to be buildings in the game, and I have to draw them at some point. So this is the outside of basically this inside. It's meant to have kind of 8 of these rooms and a main hallway. So something like that, kind of like living quarters, just like small little areas. Working on EGA backgrounds for a tune presentation for Donovan. Oh, that's cool. And also a lot of craft stuff. Happy Friday to you too. Well, thank you. I just got the kids down, so now hopefully I can do a little bit of work without too much trouble, noise. All the wonderful things that little kids bring into my life. Oh, thanks. Let's take a look at these. I actually ended up inverting the ways I had done the shadows on the sidewalls. I had at first put them on the back end of them, and then I realized that that's not right at all. It should be on the foreground side of it. So I had to go back and undo all the work I did on this side. But it looks pretty good. Obviously there's no details in the floor or anything like that. So, and I'll probably not put any beds or dressers or anything in here, because I plan on reusing this room essentially 8 times. So I want to have the furniture all elements that aren't drawn into the picture that I can just kind of drop in. You notice the shadows too. Yeah, Twitch emotes won't work on YouTube. I really like Twitch a lot better than YouTube. And someday I'll probably migrate over. The thing I hate the most about YouTube is just the immense lag it has between when the video goes out and then the comments and everything. It's just awful. Thank you. It's always nice to have words of encouragement. I'm not sure if this one will turn out, but first step is to get these bushes in the foreground taken care of, so that the player doesn't get any clever ideas of trying to go south. And blocking people off with foliage is like the easiest thing. Is it not incredible on Twitch? It always seems like it's pretty good. Like if I'm ever watching somebody, they'll say something, I'll leave a comment, and they'll reply to that comment fairly quickly. Whereas on YouTube, I remember it took a lot longer. But that's just my experience. Maybe it's my latency level, I don't know. Though I think there's a fast mode that's a little glitchier. I love using the art like that to communicate where one can and cannot go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure don't have my latency set to, like, I guess the lowest level or whatever. Because I didn't want to crash anything if my computer wasn't prepared for that. So I just have it set on low. Plus I'm like not an expert on streaming. Alright, let's see. Just the big thing is that they don't look artificial. Like, I feel like these 2 little mounds are starting to look a little bit too alike, too close. So it's probably okay, because I don't want to have to erase the whole thing. And that's kind of my motto. Is if it looks generally okay but not perfect, I'm okay with it. Because I don't want to spend. I'm already spending way too much time on this project. I don't want it to balloon into an obscene amount of time, because I'm focused in on minute details. Streaming was way more complicated than I expected it to be. What did you find complicated about it in particular? Was it just the software programs that you have to start using to get going, or is it the websites themselves? I mean, OBS is kind of a little complicated to get started on, but once you have your settings in, it's not too bad. Yeah, for actually finishing things, not worrying about perfection is a very good motto. Of course, then you don't get things that look super brilliant. Like, I really feel like these bushes here are looking different than the ones on the left, and that is not good news. I guess set up getting the mic volume right. Yeah, software. Still didn't totally figure out how to get chat embedded properly. I ended up going with Streamlabs OBS. There seems to be a level of distaste for that from the streamers I've been watching. So I guess if you want to get serious about it, Streamlabs isn't the way to go, but it's pretty user-friendly and easy to use. And that's what I'm using right now. I need to make smaller little divots. I think that's what I stopped doing on the middle. Oh gosh, this looks terrible. What am I doing? This is like the least exciting part of it too. Shouldn't worry too much about it. Just some silhouetted bushes. How are the audio levels for you? I mean, is it all sounding okay? Speaking of streaming problems and irritations. Oh no, see, that's like a square shape. That is so not. It's too artificial. It looks bad. I'll get those square shapes when I get to the building. Okay, where's this thing going? Alright, let's back up. Take a peek. It doesn't look terrible. Still don't like the way that the middle ones and the ones on the left look different. But maybe once it's all filled in. So, to that end, let me get rid of these vanishing lines. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Maybe I should leave them in until I do the building. Alright, let's just do it like this and see if it looks somewhat okay. Alright, survey says, I think that looks fine. Ship it. Game's done. The music is loud and so is the voice. Well, that's not good. That particular track, I think, is louder than the others, so I think it might be that too. Or maybe your speakers are just turned up. Alright, so rocks or bushes, or I think there'll be rubble here too, because this building is going to be dilapidated. Yeah, this editor is definitely interesting. You know, vector-based. It takes a while to get used to, though, because it just works different than layers, and layers are great, but I don't get that luxury. I think I'll just have like a pile of rubble over here, maybe like break off this part of the building up here. So I'll have rocks and stuff. Actually, I don't, that's cutting off their walkway though, so let's not do it too close. Yeah, everything I do is one big layer. And the only tools you have on this is lines and fill tools. I think the one that Sierra used was more powerful than this one. It had kind of like almost like a spray paint one, but this is the one I'm used to. When will Betrayed Alliance 2 be released? I am shooting for 2020... What year is it? I'm shooting for 2022. And it'll be completely bug-free, no problems, and it'll be like really good. No problems at all. No, like everything's its own layer, right? Like you can go back and eliminate older inputs. Yep, that's right. Yeah, so I can get rid of these vanishing lines. I just go to that particular command and I hit the delete button. So I may as well get rid of these square lines here because those don't mean anything anymore. 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's just 2. I think I'm going to keep the vanishing lines now for now though. Just in case I have to draw anything that uses them. And then I can probably get rid of these little red squares on the top. So maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but this game's not coming out for a long time. So one character will crawl in here, and then one character will climb up here to get into this building. So when I'm drawing it, I'll make sure that the entrance is blocked off with rubble. Or, you know, a tree, something, anything. Okay, so we'll put some bushes. I can clean up that artwork later for that. Actually, I should have thought of this before I started. There needs to be an exit, and I maybe want the exit to be here. So I wonder if I could maybe put like a little ladder coming out of an open spot on the top there. Maybe. I love the multi-character stuff. Have you been studying any of the adventure games that did that? I definitely am, I guess, like watching videos of playthroughs with multiple characters. What is that one called? Oh gosh, not Maniac Mansion, but the one with the tentacles. My brain is failing me. Where they go back in time. Gosh, I'm dumb. What is that called? Day of the Tentacle, of course. Yeah, so I'm watching different videos about stuff like that to get ideas. It's nice that it lets you make these really, is that diegetic spaces with less combinatorial complexity for puzzles. I'm just going to have to agree with that. I assume it's correct because I don't understand. Let me see. Yeah, there's a lot of long plays of a lot of these games on YouTube. And I've been watching pretty much everything in the Sierra collection too, because all the AGI stuff I'm not familiar with. Because I started with King's Quest 4, Quest for Glory 1, and Space Quest 3. So anything before that we didn't own, and I didn't really even I never had an opportunity to play them. So let's see. I need to think about this more carefully. About where things are going to be. And how big, like if I put a tree here, how big is it going to be compared to if I put one here? So let's just start off with a big old tree over here. Something like this. Maybe we can fix it up later. Maybe some leaves or something over here. And then comparatively over here, it would be somewhat smaller. I wonder how small though. Well, if it looks wrong, we can always fix it later. Right now I'm just putting in shapes. Diegetic, understood as being in the world of the game. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah, because that is a problem that I've seen a lot in, well, really any game where the player sees it, but the character doesn't, and yet the character knows it's there somehow just because the player sees it. And that happens a lot, like you're saying, with these two-player games, or like two-character games. So that's something I have to be really careful of. I think I was playing Broken Age, I think, and it had some of those puzzles where you had information from one character that affected the puzzles of the other character, but there was no way they would have known that. Yeah, I'm going to have a good reason why the characters lose all their items between the first game and this one. But I've already figured that out, so it's okay. My partner and I just finished that the other day. Those puzzles were so dumb. Are you talking about the first half or the second half? Because I felt like the first half was pretty good, a little easy, but I kind of like adventure games that are a little easy. I remember they got a lot of feedback from other people saying that they were too easy, so I think they purposely tried to make the second half harder. So that was the response. Yeah. Yeah, that's and the developers. Yeah, I watched their documentary on that. I thought it was really well made. I really loved that documentary. It gives me a lot of inspiration. It's actually just rewatching the first and second part of that earlier this week. And in the second episode, they're discussing why do people like these games? What is it about adventure games people like? Which is exactly what's been going through my mind as I work on this. Alright, what else? So, I don't know. Maybe just some big rock face over here. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as the characters can't get there. If I had a fully thought out map, this would be better, but I don't. Yeah, I would love to hear your analysis of any of my thoughts. I have a theory on people liking adventure games mainly for the exploration, but I think that is really just, I think that's more of a reflection of why I like certain adventure games. I think people like them for different reasons. But I'm just using my experience as like a universal for no good reason at all. All right. Anything to avoid doing the building itself. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay. So everything's nicely blocked off. We'll put a tree over here. I keep checking stuff on my phone and refusing to interact with it when I don't have the desktop. I do that all the time. Exploration, that's been widely modeled as a particular player type that loves that sort of stuff. Yeah, I was watching a few like personality type videos that went into gaming and personality types, and that definitely suggested that. Although I think maybe adventure games appeal more to those players than other types of games. So there might be something to be said that adventure games kind of thrive with that exploration experience. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that personality type stuff. I think that does a lot of stuff for a lot of different areas, like politics too. I think it influences a lot more than people give credit for. We'll just put a little bush back here. Hopefully it'll look better later. Definitely agree, like you're not making adventure games for the people who are trying to make, PvP. Gotta know your audience. Yeah, and I always, like, people come in here, I always ask them, hey, what is it about adventure games that you like? Like, why do you like these old games? Because they're, like, really frustrating, and yet they're super beloved. So what is it about them? And I kind of think, like, King's Quest was, like, sure, it was the first adventure game, but it was also, like, the first open-world game, in a certain sense. Come on, get up there, little line. Yeah, I feel like it's a good question, but I think it's also a hard question for people to answer. Because, I don't know, people don't generally ask themselves that kind of question. Like, if I ask myself, like, what is it about platformers that I like? It's like, I don't really know. They're just fun. You know, that's what people would say. They're just fun. And it's hard to say, no, there's more to it. I mean, I really don't know what it's. What is it about running and jumping that's so much fun? I don't know. I would say that the biggest reasons generally are going to be eureka moments are big, and exploration. Yeah, and that's something that I need to work on. Is I really like the games that let players do almost anything. And I feel like King's Quest did that really well, at least early on. Like, if you wanted to kill that goat, you could kill that goat. And there was multiple solutions to different puzzles. And I thought, that's really good, you know. But it's also hard to design for. Mastery. So, there's a lot that goes into that. I think you have to build like a systemic design, kind of like Breath of the Wild. It allows for so much variation in gameplay based on the systems, and I think that's really hard to do for a game of this type. There's a lot of adventure games is, you know, use inventory item on obstacle of some type or another. I think there are some interesting lessons to be learned from tabletop role-playing. Yeah, that's something I don't know anything about. I've never been big into that community. I have friends that are, though, so maybe I could ask them. So, what part of that do you think translates well to this? Just the customizability? I know nothing about Myst. You'll have to explain that to me. Well, I mean, we had it. And I tried to play it, but I never got anywhere. And I got really confused. Probably frustrated too. But it was never a big part. Game mastering. I completely forgot that I was thinking about putting like a tree that was encroaching into the building. So, like this one almost is. So maybe in the rightmost room, you'll have like the part of this tree kind of going into it. Let me congeal a thought on game mastering. Do you see the game master as like the designer role, or do you feel like the player can have a hand in that? It's probably a little bit of both. All right, do I want to just focused on these trees when I should probably be doing more work on the building? Now the building looks kind of small compared to like these other things, but then again, I've already matched it up to the player character, and it's a fine size. It almost looks really small because of this back area, but you're not going to be able to go past this, so it's going to work out just fine. I really don't know what I'm going to do with the roof either. I should have researched that before I started tonight. I'll probably just start everything around the building and not touch the building at all. That'd be great. Sent out a message on Twitter, hey, we're drawing this building today, and then we just do everything around it. Truly giving the people what they want. It really depends. At its core, tabletop role-playing games are collaborative storytelling engines. Different playgroups and game systems provide more or less strictness to those different roles, if they even have different roles. I've definitely been in on some conversations like that between friends. I hear them talking about their characters, their character types, their clans, and all that stuff. But I confess to not understanding most of it. But it does sound like what you're saying. However, counterpoint. Oh, it's nice. By the way, it's nice that you found time to make it to one of these streams. By the way, I know that's been something you've been trying to do. So, welcome. All right. Anything else that should be here? I don't know. Probably like a bush, another bush, some rocks, something that makes this area not barren. Whatever that's going to be. Okay. What am I going to do with the roof here? Should there be like a pinnacle thing in the middle? It's great to be here. Partner's shift has been all over the place, and we got to spend some time to see each other. Yeah, I understand that a lot, especially with kids. It gets a lot harder. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this random black line, because that doesn't need to be there anymore. And what is that black line doing? Oh, I see. It was like an old post that I drew. And then that blue line was there for that post. Okay. Well, I think this is looking pretty good as a starting point. Do you feel like it needs anything, compositionally speaking? Does it have any areas that just don't feel right to you? There's a difference. A very significantly different dynamic between adventure games and tabletop role-playing games. Yep, the social pressure, flow conversation. When one is playing an adventure game, not only does one expect some getting stuck, but it's much more socially acceptable by oneself rather than when one is trying to hold others' interests. I would like to eliminate getting stuck as much as possible, but I don't know that it is always possible. I can't think of a single adventure game I didn't get, quote-unquote, stuck at some point. And there's two problems with that. Like, one is the feeling like you've been everywhere and tried everything, except for the right answer, of course. But the other is, and I was feeling this, I think with Thimbleweed Park, was when Act 3 happened, I felt like there was too much space to cover, and I didn't know what to do. So that was also a problem that I was feeling. There's a popular concept called failing forward. Do you have particular feelings about Thimbleweed Act 3? I thought I was the only one. Why? I really liked the first 2 acts. I thought the exploration and the interaction with the characters and the puzzles were fine too. It was just all pleasant. And I was really excited about Act 3 because I knew there was more area. And it was slow. Yeah, with the ghost, I didn't like that part at all. And then my frustration with that, when I got to the clown part and his like page of jokes flew away randomly, I got mad at that. I was actually really upset. Because I had read Ron Gilbert articles in the past where he said, you know, your puzzles shouldn't be arbitrary, right? They should be part of the story and all that stuff. And I was like, what is this puzzle? This is just busy work for the sake of it. Do you think it was a mistake? I mean, I don't mind him as a character necessarily. I didn't see enough of him, probably. I don't think I'll replay it. I think I'll probably watch a Let's Play of it. Alright, I think I'll probably just put those blue trees in the background. Those time-saving blue trees that Space Quest 2 used. I need to make sure they're the right size though. They're probably pretty small. I only have 1 ground level here. I wonder if that should be fixed or changed. Maybe I could add 1 more in the background. Something like this. Although it's so flat that I don't want to do too much. Maybe I made the ground too flat though, so maybe something like this. The clown, in my opinion, was the point where how a miserable person he was to be around, which made it very unfun to play as to right. Like, if the world doesn't like him, why should I? You know? I mean, I definitely didn't like playing as him because he was an unlikable character, but I guess I didn't mind him that much. I just got frustrated with him because it's like I'm trying to pick up all these pieces of popcorn and like I don't have a container. So I try and pick up his swear jar to use. You know, he's like, oh, I don't use this swear jar anymore and it's empty. I'm like, oh, great, I found a container. It's like, nope, you don't need that. It's like, well, why not? Like, it's right there. Obviously, I can put stuff in it. No, I need like a popcorn bucket or something. The idea is that the story progresses even, and especially if you fail. Oh, right. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I could do much with that insight for the current story I have going for this. Yeah, receptacle. Yeah. Alright, I might have to redo this bottom one because I wasn't factoring in this bush being there, even though it clearly is. From my understanding, Thimbleweed Park's ending is, I don't know, it has like a kind of a twist, or it's like a gamey ending of some kind, or like they're all trapped in a game or something like that. But that's just what I'm hearing. I don't actually know because I obviously haven't finished the game. Many modern adventure games have autosaves for precisely that reason. One cannot avoid the consequences of one actions, but one action move the story forward with much more regularity than older games. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like the bad practice of telling the player how to get past a problem by forcing them to die at that problem. I can't think of any specific ones, but I know the Sierra games did that a lot. Like, you die, and they're like, oh, well, now I know how not to die. And that doesn't feel fun, I guess. This does not look right still. This line. is fine. But it needs to go further this way. That doesn't look terrible. And that's good enough for me. Yeah, there was a lot of those. I think that can be interesting, but it can also be immersion breaking. Yeah. And I don't think it's the design philosophy that I'm going to try for. Because it's unnecessary. You can teach the player how to get past certain obstacles without them having to die at them, I think. Well, sometimes. You might have to get creative about it, though. Alright. In a game about time traveler, or with someone with the kind of ability, it's real neat. As in a peasant in a fantasy kingdom, it's like, why? Yes, I agree with you. You could definitely make it part of the mechanic, but it doesn't have to be... Like, if you're going to do that, you have to design for it. You can't just put it in anywhere. Let's see. Where did the ground go? I erased it, but where was it? Can I just put it here? Here? I don't know. I guess it has to be somewhere where this bush is. So probably here at the least. Okay. Where was I? Oh yes, putting in those trees. And then I got sidetracked with adding another lay of ground. And then I'll do it again. Agree, but it was done all the time. Yes, I wonder if they had the ability to look back in retrospect, if they would change that. Or if it was just too convenient in terms of designing. Okay, I need to... I can't just leave this tree as a big sketch. I have to put that in before I get any further. I can't just pretend the shape is going to work anymore. So let's put a branch. Let's put some actual leaves or something approximating that. It was convenient, but they were also under different design constraints. People owned fewer games and would devote more time. Yeah. These games have no replay value. Well, most of the time. I guess Kernel's Bequest did. And Quest for Glory did a bit as well because of the different characters, but like if you were going to do replay value, you had to build that into it. You couldn't just design a game and have it be there. Yeah, don't even start me on Slay the Spire, the amount of time I spent on that thing. Think of all the things I could have done with all that time. And that's why I'm refusing to get any further into Hades. I put in like 12 hours. I'm like, I gotta stop. This is not going to be good. What I'm saying is that the floor for replay value was inherently higher. People back then were going to replay. Do you think so? I don't remember ever, if I beat like Space Quest 3, I didn't go back to it. I guess we had more games at the time though. So I guess it was different for me. Another person refusing to play Hades. Not because it's bad, precisely because it's not bad. Okay, this tree is looking awful. What am I doing? Like, making it go this way. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. drawing like kindergarten trees. This is, oh well, a little embarrassing, but not that bad. I could just say it's like idyllic, right? It's like a branch, I guess. Oh, that's why I'm not a real artist. I'm just like pretending. It was much more common than it is now. I also don't like roguelites, though for all the reasons I like roguelites and platformers and such. I played the Ori and the Blind Forest and the Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp games, and those are really fun and pretty short, so I don't feel like I have to put a whole lot of time into those. And they're really well designed. And you were telling me, I think it was you were telling me I just completely did these branches wrong. You were telling me they had simple tricks for to make their artwork look so nice, I guess. Or like the effects, because they had a lot of cool effects that were simple to do. Like I guess maybe like the swaying of the trees in the background and the lighting effects probably. But it really makes the world look alive and beautiful. Just keep messing up over here. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this branch like this. I'll give it one more go. Whoa, that was a big up line. We'll make it work. But I like those games because I don't have to invest in a million amount of hours into them. I mean, go back and watch the vid of the original Ori. Yeah, I saw that there's like a special features on my game at some point. I mean, honestly, sticking to and nailing a consistent feel is more important than high quality art. Yeah, and I feel like I've hit a level where all of my artwork is starting to look samey in a good way. So, okay, that goes right into where my tree was going to be. Which is fine. I can just not draw half of it. Oh, what is that supposed to be? What was that? Is that supposed to be a tree too? I don't remember. I'll just delete it. Here's that loud song again. Alright, now I can, I keep saying this, now I can draw these blue trees in. Yeah, sure. I'm sure I'll run into another issue that prevents me. I hope nobody cares that I'm kind of ripping off Space Quest 2 with these blue silhouetted trees. It just works so well and it's so easy. Like you don't have to spend a million years detailing each tree. Like the Quest for Glory trees in the background were very detailed. Like they wanted to make it look realistic almost. And I just don't care that much. Care is probably the wrong word. I mean, I care. I just don't want to. I don't think it's necessary. Plus, if I did that, like the game would never get finished. Which, you know, I gotta say, that's one thing you gotta admire about Julia Minamata's artwork. I don't know if perfectionist is the right word, but she definitely is a more details-oriented person. And it really shows. Her artwork is awesome. You could check out some of the Colonel's Bequest trees too. There are some wild colors. Yeah. I just feel like at this point I can't really change too much of how I'm doing the trees, unless it was like a kind of a different area of the forest. And then I was definitely looking at some of the these trees are going to look the same. I'm not paying attention, so I'm making everything look the same. I'm using a lot of their I was looking at the rocks in particular, and not ripping off their style, but definitely using the similar colors and shapes. Okay, I think this one's all right. I'm sure she will. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like some of the people, it seemed like they only had like 2 or maybe even 4 animations. And they looked like, oh, there was a part up here. I wasn't even... Anyway, they look like they were gliding almost. I'm sure that's going to be something she'll go back and do some work on. Maybe I'll just put some leaf areas up here. Yeah, her walking animation could use a little work for sure. I'm definitely using a lot of similar animations from King's Quest and Space Quest. My girl animation is fairly custom. I did that myself, but obviously my main hero he's completely dependent on the old Quest for Glory walk cycle and run cycle. Let's see. Let me back up and see if this is going to look somewhat right. Yeah, that'll look okay, I think. Yeah, I really look forward to playing her game, though. It's just going to be... I mean, just playing the demo, I just love walking everywhere and looking at everything. And I can't wait to get outside, because those outside ones are just... I love them. She has an awesome river, and I really need to focus on it and see how she did it, because I have a few water areas that I need to have some work on, too. And just seeing somebody do it right would be really helpful. Oh man, I cannot do this. Why is this causing me such consternation? Let's close this off here. I got a new mouse, and it's like the sensitivity on it's weird, and I tried and fix it, and then it still feels weird. Yeah, I'm just going to blame the hardware. It has nothing to do with me. How do you do animations in this engine? Let me save this really quick, and I can show you the other parts of it. So over here, I have my views, which is essentially the animation side of things. So I just load it up. It has, I don't know, it's probably pretty small on your screen, but it has a number of loops for each way, and then of course each cell for each frame. I don't know if that helps. I mean, it's probably how all of them work. But yeah, it's called loop and cell for each. I don't know if that's a standard naming convention or not. I was tinkering around with giving them like different clothing sets, but then I realized that any other animation I ever did, not just the walking cycles, I'm gonna have to like change the colors with for that too. So like, no, I'm not gonna custom armor and clothing. Not gonna be something I do. No, the animation parts of them are not vector drawn. They're just kind of your standard pixel art. But I do have like a dark scene where the colors are muted, because I really liked in Space Quest 3 how when you walked into the shadow, it muted your colors. There's a few areas in Space Quest 3 where you had like a shadow following you, and those little details add so much to these type of games. So I'll probably have to do something with them. Yeah, you can definitely do some fancy stuff with the animations. Maybe you should tell me what kind of fancy stuff so I can get on top of those. Did you see the Dither waterfall I did a few years ago? Oh yeah, where you had I don't even know how to how you would explain that, but it, like the water had these rippling effects that didn't interfere with the other parts of the picture. I don't know how I'm saying that. It's almost like layers, but not quite layers. Yeah, this is my waterfalls. They're just like just 3 frames of almost the same thing. That's why I need to check out Julia's because hers was awesome. Yeah, look at this awful one. I think this was a leftover from the original Betrayed Alliance game, where I was still kind of learning the ropes a lot. Okay, enough of this stuff. Back to work. If you're interested in the process, it was pretty simple. It makes me wonder if you could do something like this in this engine, or like that in this engine. Well, maybe you could, because with the priority lines. Not sure. It was definitely a cool effect. It looked really cool. All right, let's fill these in, see just how they look a little bit. It'd be really nice if I didn't have to do the music for this one too. Hopefully I can find somebody who'll do it for not $1 million that I don't own. All right, back up. I think that looks good. Great even. You'd have to have special brushes for the other Bayer dithers or layered dithers. Oof. I've been up too long. I can't even talk anymore. Alright, this one will probably be somewhere around here. Like, I know this engine basically just allows either solid color or 50 by 50 dither. You would have to allow other dithers to be on vector type. With the views, like the animations, it doesn't let you fill in with dithers at all, so any dithers you do, you have to hand draw them, which is kind of irritating. The only dither that the pictures allow you to do without hand drawing them, again, would be just the, like you said, the 50 by 50 ones. So I'm not sure how you do that on this program. Plus, I'd have to have some like better programming knowledge than me. I'm very remedial, to be nice about it. Anytime I come up with a new feature, I have to ask people how to do it. How do I implement this feature that I think would be neat? And then sometimes I don't get an answer, and then I just like wait 6 months, come back and ask again. And then they usually get back to me. Yeah, programming is not my strong suit. I was supposed to have my younger brother do the programming for this a long time ago. But he's like, AGS Studio is way better. And he started making a game in that. And then quit. But I was stubborn. And I was like, no, it has to be like truly original. Like, really like the old games, you know? And now I'm kicking myself. AGS is, well, easier in a lot of ways, I'm sure. You know what? I don't have the leaves on the top layer on these ones. So what exactly am I doing? I did the same thing with Super Mario 64 hacking. What exactly did you do with Super Mario 64 hacking? Yeah, Nintendo stuff is always leaking out. Unless it's Breath of the Wild 2 news. I would love to hear anything about that thing. I made a physics mod for wall running. Oh, that sounds awesome. You could probably come up with some pretty cool stuff for this engine too, but you run out of space really quick because it's you have all the same limitations of the old games, including space. So this is literally in the same engine. Although the what is it called? The template game that I'm creating from was not, it was reverse engineered, so not everything is perfect. It was so hard. I bet it was. I mean, it sounds impossible to me. I don't understand any of that stuff. I'm just lucky my character can walk straight. Alright, how is this looking? This is looking fine? Maybe? I need to zoom out. Left looks a little weird, but you had to be willing to earn computer assembly language back in the day, but nowadays it's decompiled into C. I bet a lot of things are easier. You just kind of have to like copy and paste from other people's codes, or just buy other people's codes now, or coding their systems or whatever. Probably get to a point where humans don't understand any of it anymore. You just have to rely on computers to understand it for them. Maybe we're already there. Buying other people's code is underrated. I'm definitely not saying it's bad. I'm sure everybody does it in the professional world. I think it'd be hard to develop with if you don't understand it, though. Alright, I ran into the same problem where I didn't have this tree here properly defined, so I need to go back and make sure that everything with this tree is set in place. I think it just needs some bushes or some leaves. Ideally, it's made such that only understanding the layer that's meant to be understood is necessary. Right. That's kind of how, like, the template for this is too, right? You only need to understand a few basic elements. The problem is I always want to build on top of it with new ideas. Now you're working on at least 2 projects, aren't you? I think I saw that on Twitter that you're working on something SCI-like with your cool fight scene animation and some of your other artwork. Is that true? Because your artwork is really good. I need to not work on as many things. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, your artwork is really good, so it's easy to compliment. It's almost demoralizing getting on Twitter sometimes because like there's so much awesome, amazing pixel art. It's like, holy cow, these people are amazing. I'm just like making these dinky little EGA backgrounds and stuff. But there's like really talented people out there. All right. Oops, what's wrong? Oh, because I don't have the color selected. It's mad at me. Oops. There we go. I saw this one the other week from, I don't know that person. That was a photorealistic 200 by 300 ham and cheese. You had me up until ham and cheese. Pixel art ham and cheese, you know? Yeah, like all the pixel art dailies. Like, if I'm ever looking through any of that stuff, I'm just like, holy cow. People are just amazing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, tag me on like a Twitter retweet or something. Yeah, I love all that stuff. I actually really like looking through, who is it, David Brochek stuff. Like all of his pictures, I feel like you could make a game around each one and they'd be cool. Okay, now what do we want to do? I want to get rid of these grid lines, but at the same time, until I finish the actual building, I feel like I might need them. But maybe I can just put a little, maybe if I just keep that little dot here, that's all I'll need. So this dot is at coordinate 161.25. So I'm going to write that down before I forget. Oh, if you're not familiar with him, he's a pretty cool artist. He doesn't do EGA stuff, but he really admires it. So what did I say? 151.25? Gosh darn it, I forgot. 161.25. That would have been bad. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these lines. Did you post it on Twitter? I'm gonna take a look right now. Oh gosh, I got too many notifications from people. Okay, don't see it yet, so. Okay, where was I? Oh yes. Deleting all these grid lines. Alright, just added. Here we go. No way. I see stuff like that and I think they just use like a program, right? Like you're not going to hand draw that. Like that has to be computer artwork, right? That can't be human. No, that's not pixel art. That's, you're just playing with me. Alright, what was I doing? Grid lines. Got it. Let's back up the full way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Now I can start coloring stuff properly. Let's put that dot though. How little attention to the rim of the plate got. Oh yeah, let me take another look. Yeah, it does look like angles. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the only part that doesn't quite look perfect. Even the crumbs. Those pixels are perfect for those crumbs anyway, so it works. What was I doing again? I completely forgot. Oh, I did it again. I'm so dumb. See, that's why I should never do these stupid trees in the background. Because now I need to, I have to detail these not supposed to be triangle trees. Oh, I did that last time too. It caused me nothing but pain. I was going to do something. I completely forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, I need to put that dot there before I forget. What did I write? 161.25. Oops, that's 23. Perfect. Minor foreground stuff doesn't count. That sounds like something I would say. Completely forgot. Alright, let's set up my priority color so that everything behind these bushes is behind the bushes. Alright, perfect. That's probably the only priority work I'll have to do since everything is just on this line here. Unless they emerge from here, so I will have to do some priority work on the building itself. Alright, let's do the trees now that I've completely messed up the background. Yeah, you know, you do 100 of these, and at some point, you don't make mistakes, but I'm not at that point. Hey, Aviv, how's it going? I should do art streams for Donovan stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. So where do you live, Aviv? It's Cosmic Void. I'm sure, right? Your name being Cosmic Void, not where you live, of course. I was just wondering what time zone you were in. I'm not trying to like steal your identity or anything like that. Oh, there you are. All right. These trees. Israel. So it's like the middle of the night here. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, what time is it? I have a friend in South Korea, and it's hard to like find time to like talk to this person. Okay. So if you've ever been to this kind of stream before, for me, you're probably used to me drawing these exact same trees over and over again. At some point, I should just make them a view, like a static picture that I could just drop into anything. But not being smart, I just draw them hand every time. Let's see, I think I actually put together some trees at one point. Yeah, here's some trees that I could just drop into pictures. And I flip them. Because some of my pictures I was like, oh, the background is so bare. Just draw some trees in it. So I don't know what to say. Happy Friday or happy Saturday? Yes. Yeah, if I did the trees as a static background picture, and then I like got better drawing them, it would be a pain. And plus they're all going to be different sizes, and things don't scale well in this kind of pixel art, so. I think I'm drawing, this is looking way too, all the lines look the same. Inorganic. I always forget about doing that when I'm talking. I get caught up in the conversation, and I forget that I'm supposed to be actually focused. We'll see if it matters. Well, happy Saturday, we'll say. How's your weekend looking? And more to the point, how is the corruption within going? You know what? I wish this back tree wasn't here because it's kind of in my way. Because now I can't... Well, you know what? I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll just change its color to like yellow. That way it's not in my eye's way. I should go back and download whichever Minamata stream was her describing the way to cheat with adventure game perspective. Yeah. And then send it my way. Okay, I'll just use yellow. And then I can see past it. Last time, I just saw a few more puzzles and cutscenes to code. Oh yeah, I'd love to watch it too. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad people are... I'm glad the game's coming along, because where it left off after the demo, I definitely wanted to find out more and play more. I also recently played the Prim demo, which was quite good. And I'm very happy that he did so well with his Kickstarter. It's always awesome to see people's hard work pay off like that. All right, that looks like a tree for the most part. For beta in May. Ooh, that'd be awesome. I'd be getting onto my summer break as a teacher. Have a little time to playtest. Okay, now I can do this tree, this yellow one. I'm going to save because sometimes this program runs out of resources and crashes. So I guess got to be careful using it. If I was smart, I would be using Phil Fortier's SCI Companion instead of this program, but this is the one I've gotten used to. And I'm one of those people. It took me forever to get off Internet Explorer. I teach New Testament in 7th grade. Oh no, that looks awful. Space-time rip. What is this? I wanted to do something with the space-time rip. That must be something I missed. A poll that I didn't notice. At some point, I would love to do a Space Quest type of game. But considering this is only book 2 of 3 of this game, that's going to be like a decade away. Hey, Andrew. Happy Friday. We are just drawing some trees for this beautiful background. Looks something like this. It'll be the outside picture of something like this. This is the inside view. So the outside will need to have similar rock formations all over it. Maybe I did see Mega Hammer's poll. I don't remember. So now you can see the problem I did by doing these background trees without detailing these trees in the front, because now it's all messed up. So it's gonna be a pain in the butt to redo. But that's why you're supposed to be smart, and I was not. Happy time zone. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that I don't understand how people can stream for like 5 hours. It's not like it's a lot of work, but it's, I don't know. There's something about it that makes it difficult to do for long periods of time. It's definitely like a skill or an art form that I definitely need to work on, we'll say. I was exhausted just doing the Betrayed Alliance streams. Yeah. Yeah, I'm emceeing. So, Aviv, what is it about adventure games that you really enjoy? And I apologize if I've asked you this before. Oh, things are getting to look a little too straight. That line is bad. I need to take a more Bob Ross approach. It's not a mistake, it's just it's an unhappy accident. I don't have the same positive attitude he does. It's beautiful. No, I hate it. It's ugly. Yeah, well, you have to, I don't know, you have to be exciting in some way, and I don't know that I am. I'm just trying to draw a picture. And it's a good way to motivate myself. And it's a chill place to be if anybody else wants to come, so that's kind of how I think of it. All right. How are these trees looking? Oh wait, this one's in front of this one. What? Why did I draw all that? Oh man, what was I thinking? So, if you came to the stream, I'm illustrating how not to do things because I'm doing everything wrong. You're welcome. So, we'll delete those two and see how it looks. Wow. See, this is why you go to Julia's stream, to see how things are done right. You come here to see the goofball making mistakes. Welcome, CNW. Yeah, I remember SH Don, is it Shadon? Gave a great answer last time about how you approach things differently in different adventure game worlds. I just said, oh yeah, you did say exploration. That is true. And that's my favorite answer because that's what I like too. But I like what Shadon. I like what he said too. I was talking to Davor about that too. Like in the King's Quest games, we had different solutions to different puzzles, and that was something I wanted to have available in my game too. And I feel like adventure games kind of lost that a little bit, especially as they moved on to point and click. I felt like the point and click format just made it so much easier to streamline. You get the puzzle dependency charts and all that stuff. And things seem to get less organic, or not organic, but they afford less opportunity for creative interaction from the player. All right, am I right? Am I wrong? You tell me. But I lost a lot of interest in adventure games when they moved from the parser to point and click. I just felt like it started to lose a lot. Okay, so there's a bush in front of the tree. So, another thing I didn't plan for. Alright. So maybe do the things in front of other things before I do the other things. But that would be too easy. This is supposed to be hard on me. Alright, something like that. They lack the illusion of depth of the text parser. That's true. And it's hard to make that illusion close to reality, too. Especially with the constraints of memory. All right. Oh, man, I have to redo all these. Actually, it didn't end up looking too awful. But it is cutting into my trees a little bit. If I could actually zoom in and look at them. Yeah, so some of the lines will have to be redrawn and all that. I am not going to do that now. I'll do that tedious, boring stuff on my own. I suppose the most creative puzzles were with parser. Rub berries on body. Put gem in mouth. Yeah, I think Davor's right. I think it's really the illusion of depth. The feeling like you could type in anything. Yeah, just need to develop a systemic breath of the wild like parser. And then, yeah, it could be universal. You could sell it like a programming tool. All right, another tree. Let's do this other. And in game dev, the illusion is no less important than de facto. That was kind of a jab, but it's also fairly true. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I lost a lot of interest in adventure games after the parser went away. And it's not because the games weren't being designed in just as good a way. It just felt, to me, like it was, I don't know, like the puzzle dependency chart. It just felt like you were just following a script at that point. With the parser, I never felt like I was following a script. I guess that depends on the game you're playing, though. Yeah, I think that's probably true. We're very emotional. We rationalize after the fact. Okay. All right, those trees look good. This one just stops, though. There's nothing up here. This should probably continue. Like I said, welcome to the How Not to Do Things art stream. I'll be your host today and showing you how not to do things. I'm glad you're learning a lot. So am I. Oh man. At least it's fun. I mean, this could be like, this isn't work. This is fun. Of course, I'm also not getting paid for this, so it's definitely more fun and not work. Alright, where did I go wrong here? I think I drew a line. Yeah, let's get rid of that line. Of course, then it's going to fill in with blue. So I don't want that to happen. So maybe I'll just do that. And hopefully... I was invited to a podcast in a few weeks. That's awesome. Embarrassing. Oh, I thought it was awesome. But you guys will surely tap in, I'm sure. Podcasts. I mean, I'll definitely listen to it. I don't know that I can promise to be there. I don't know if it'll be live at any point. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I could be there live, but I will definitely listen. But podcasts aren't usually live, are they? In a few weeks' time, will definitely keep me notified. Twitter is a great place to notify me of ham sandwiches and anything else. Podcasts are live, really? I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't think they were, but maybe they are. Some of them are, yeah. Okay, so I need some input. I don't know what to do with the roof. This is a old, broken down, dilapidated rock building. What kind of roof? Don't be embarrassed. I'm sure you'll be great. I know a couple of podcasts. Yeah, I feel like most of them aren't. But I don't know. I've never been on a podcast, so. What kind of cultural influence? Well, this is all made up. So basically, we're in this forest. It's a group of almost like religious monks, but they study magic primarily. They work with stone because they have statues. That's about it. They're in a forest. Can't go too deep into the lore, but when it comes to roofs, they're not that complicated. I never draw buildings, so I don't. When it comes to roofs and materials, I just never think of it. I mean, there's a lot of wood around and stones. So, in my opinion, you want to get some of those pointed, vaulted archway cloister things. It's possible. I don't know what I want. I want it to be simple, like austere. Nothing too extravagant. Religious people often have like gaudy stuff, but the monk side of it is usually pretty poverty driven, you might say. So I would say they're poor, but they're definitely not. Like the rooms they're in, for instance, like they're in these little cells. You know, this will house 2 people. This will be like their sleeping quarters. So nice small rooms, something like that. Is the roof open and old, or is the building habitable? No, it is not habitable. Basically, the puzzle is you end up falling in through the roof and then having to find a way out. And I have to admit, before I started the stream, I hadn't thought about the roof at all. So in that case, let's do the grass, because that's a good distraction. I'm very interested to hear more about this podcast, though, like what it's about. I mean, I'm assuming it's gaming or development in some way. Let's see. I haven't drawn the rocks, but there'll probably be rocks and rubble in front of this door, so I might need a little bit more area for the shadow. Something like that is probably fine. All about game dev. Since I've only been doing game dev for about a year, I hope I'll have enough to talk about. First link, check out the lower left with the art. Same with art. I feel like maybe you haven't been doing game dev that long, but I feel like you have a lot of experience doing it. In terms of working with teams, doing artwork, you're probably more experienced than I am. I'm just some guy who sits in the basement and does little pictures. Asks other people how to code things. I'm not seeing any link. Is this on Twitter? Because it's not showing up on my YouTube. I'm not seeing anything. Well, I'm looking at the comments on my phone just because my setup is bare bones. So maybe I'll check comments on my YouTube page on my computer. Maybe YouTube is anti-link or something. That's probably true, actually. It might be a setting I have. Maybe YouTube is anti-link or something. DM and Twitter. That's probably true. I was looking at some pictures for a reference on the cobblework, and that worked pretty well. So anything is useful. Gosh, I'm zooming in the wrong way. What am I doing? Okay, stop. Okay, there we go. So this will be green. Maybe we'll have some lighter green area over here. Can I get your guys' opinion on the capsule image? I'm thinking about approaching a capsule artist, but I don't know it can be pricey. A capsule artist. You'll have to explain to me what a capsule is. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm using the wrong colors. Something like that. Maybe a little bit over here, but not too much. All right, I got a photo sent to me. See, those are really cool pictures, and I like that tree in the middle. That's awesome. I think mine's too small for something like that. I like the arches though. That could be a good like just a simple doorway, which will be filled in. But yeah, for the center. But the one thing I'm not seeing on any of this is roofs. All right, let's see. Give those monks some cloisters. Monks love cloisters. Okay, usually you want it not to be art taken from your game. As an indie dev, I'm using art from game. Let's see. Capsule image is like the main image. Oh, okay, used in Steam. Yeah, I need to do something better for mine too. Yeah, you usually don't want it to be. So I guess I don't know how much that would cost. If you have non-habitable building, chances are it's because of the lack of roof. That is true, but for mine it's going to need roofage. Because the reason she goes up on the roof, well, is because there's something on the roof. So there will have to be some kind of roof for her to get to it, and then fall through. But maybe like the back parts don't need roof. I could see that. But then the rooms would be lighter because of the sun, and then I'd have to redraw them. But then this looks pretty light. I don't know. But then I'll have to make the other ones darker. This is getting very complicated. Oh man, roofs. Because obviously it's not going to be stonework. And hay would probably not look quite right. But maybe it would. But for a building like this, that seems very temporary. But then again, okay, I'm going to stop talking about this. I need to research this stuff before I start talking about it. I'm just going to start drawing some lines in my grass. Something I do know. There, I drew a line. Things are coming along perfect. Check out the roof on the first image. Okay. Is this a new message, or I guess I'm not seeing it. Oh, okay, I do see it. Behind the tree, right? Yeah, that looks great. Except it's angled. So I'd have to angle it. Which I guess I could. Everybody's sharing pictures with me. This is great. Oh gosh, is it working? Here we go. That's the capsule image I was referring to. And you're thinking of getting a different one? Just to, I guess, what's the word? Like, I don't want it to sound wrong, but like a very professional capsule image. Because the one I'm using for my game is not. Yeah, and I guess a lot of them are a different style than the game too, like almost like box art almost. So you're thinking like a traditional arched roof. Let me see if I can get a different color and draw down in red. No, red is the color I have for the walls. So let's see. Pink. Not that I would use actual pink. So something like, why did I choose that color? You can't even see it. Something like that. Gosh, and the angle is so weird that it's like perfect with the background. It would almost look like there's nothing. It's so... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some thinking on this roof thing. Because I want it to be flat. Because the idea is she gets up on it and falls through. And if it's angled too much, although I guess it wouldn't have to be angled that much. It could be pretty flat. Welcome to the indecision stream. I will be not making any difficult choices today, but I appreciate all the input. It's not clear what parts of the building should be covered. Because a monastic style building, often they would have internal areas to the buildings. And like rows of monastic cells. So the general layout is you have a main walkway. And these two doors on either side lead to, I guess, little hallways. On each side is two rooms. Two small, like thin rooms. This is probably too thick, technically, but there has to be room for the player to walk around. So there'll be 8, cells, so to speak, in here. Oh. All right. Internal, as in like open to the sky. Yeah. Yes, as in the image. There could probably be like a hole in the middle, where the hallway is. But for puzzle purposes, I would like the living quarters, at least, to be covered. They are designed to be little communities with outdoor... Yeah, I mean, these aren't strict monks. Like, that's just kind of the closest cognate that I could think of. They're not leading the monastic life or anything like that. They're just kind of out in the forest, living alone, a special community to themselves. Yeah, the main decision that informs the roof is the puzzle elements. Just so you can get up on the roof and fall through. That's what I need. But is the building its own community? Not really. It's just like living quarters. There will be more structures throughout the forest. There'll be a temple area and maybe like a library of some kind. Let's see. Then it's not an uncommon thing to such buildings. I don't know. That's why I like making up the lore. You can kind of make whatever you want. I'm not like stuck behind any historical circumstances or anything like that. The lines I'm stretching are tricky. It's just a way to make it blend together so it doesn't look so abrupt. I wanted to... The Quest for Glory grass always looked great to me, but I could never get it to look right. So I ended up just kind of using a hybrid. Something between King's Quest and Quest for Glory. And then I'll add some more on the outer of the green. But right now I want to do this side too, while I still have the same color. Actually, let me go and fix it up right now. Let's see. I think the building should have a central arc over the center. Yeah, that could be good. Which should inform the roof shape. Yeah. So you're saying like right here, like an arch of some kind? I mean, the door will probably be arched, so that would look reasonable. And that could like even stretch back. Yes, the Quest for Glory grass is very zigzaggy. And then it could be flat on the sides, so to speak. Yeah, I think that would definitely work, especially if I go with the archway for the door, which I think would look great. At least in the picture references you gave me, they looked very nice. But like a cool pointed looking mosaic archy thing. Oh, so like a more triangular shape, not like a rounded. You know, that could actually really work with the symbol of this group. Let me see if I can find a picture. I should probably save this too before I crash the program. Because they have their symbol is just like this little mountain with the sun over it kind of thing. Yeah, I definitely don't know the architectural name for any of this stuff either. Persian? Yeah, maybe. You got me. Yeah. This would be part of their broken down temple area. But yeah, I think the, like you said, the triangular archway would fit in with some of their, not like a logo, but their iconography. Oh, that picture? You like that one? I like that one too. That one I actually have the counterpart for too somewhere. Not that one. That one did not turn out right. Where's its brother? If I was smart, I would have made them like one number apart, but I'm not. I do things haphazardly. Well, hopefully I didn't like corrupt my files and lose the picture, because that would be... I can't find it. Let's see. It's got a weird looking tree on it. Oh well. I'm sure I'll find it someday. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So that's the right side of it, if you walk to the east, I guess. Oh yeah. I definitely used Quest for Glory as a reference for that one. And I hope to do some more, because I want there to be some cavey areas, because those are always cool. An arch could easily have a broken window with that iconography shape. Yeah, I have some other plans for some stained glass window stuff. So everything at this point is just plans, though. Oh, thanks. I really like this one too. I think that the tree turned out looking really nice. I got tired of how all my trees were straight. I was like, I'm going to draw a really bendy tree, and I don't know what it's going to do in the game, but it's going to be there. So at this point, I have no plans for this, and I need to figure out something. Oh, that's what you're working on right now too? Alright, where was I? Doing grass. Grass picture 85. Okay, maybe a little bit down here. Hint of it over here. Alright, let's zoom out. How does it look? Looks a little bit too green on the bottom, but actually, I think it looks good. Nothing about what is making you happy. I'm sorry if my artwork is that off-putting. Although more accurately, I'm just typing instead. It's hard. The glass doesn't look glassy. Oh, the stained glass window you're working on. Stained glass is a tricky thing. I was just trying to do a oil painting with stained glass, and that's not... I'm never going to do that again. I think watercolors would be the appropriate medium for that. Or just hire somebody. Hire Julia. She's really good with that kind of stuff. She should do a background for my game. But the only difficulty would be I'd have to make her do it in like vector art. Takes a while to learn that. Watercolors would capture all the refractory, God ray stuff. Yeah, you're a lot better with all that. I don't know that I can do any of that stuff on this. Guest backgrounds, yeah. I should hide her building somewhere in this game. The Crimson Lodge. You just run into it. Well, hopefully we've established that I really don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to programming. So, if something will work in this program, I wouldn't know. I just assume things don't, and I move on from there. It's probably the exact wrong way to do it. Oh, the Royal Canadian Museum. Yeah, I definitely don't want to draw that in this program. Well, in terms of lighting effects, you certainly are. The most lighting effects I have is if you step into a dark shade, I'll change the view of the character to be darker. That's about all the lighting effects I do. Some say she's still working on it to this very day. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't actually know how many streams I watch for working on that. Yeah, you definitely have to show it off, and I'd love to see it. Maybe you're talking about all my cheaty Unity ending shader stuff. Well, you definitely, at some point you had showed me some of the work you had done on your, I guess it's like a Metroidvania style game, where you had some lighting effects that looked pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about. And if it's cheaty, you know, whatever. It's part of the program, so. I mean, like you said, that's probably, you know, some of the stuff they did in the Ori games is not complicated, and yet the game looks great, so. Yeah. Cheating is great. Unless you're in my class, in which case it is no longer great. It's unacceptable. Gosh darn it. I think, speaking of like, we're talking about guest backgrounds. I think, didn't Julia do some work on, is it Inspector Waffles? Or is that the Goloso games? Now I'm losing my mind. There's so many awesome games. I think his game's coming out in like 2 days or something like that. Yeah, she's done some work on it. Coming out very soon, yeah. Well, he's been working on that thing forever, it seems like. So, you know, he put a lot of work into it and a lot of love, so I'm sure it's going to be really good. Well, I assume it's going to be really good. I haven't played it. I have not been paid to say any positive things about it. Or have I? I'm not telling. But no, I haven't. Okay, how's the grass looking? Looks decent enough for now. No need to, to be paid to say nice things about Jan, yeah. That's kind of true of everybody in the adventure game community. I haven't really run into anybody who's, I don't know, just rude or unkind. Except for that Slats guy. Let's delete some more lines. Actually, can I? Or is that part of my ground? It is. It's part of the ground. So I'm not going to delete that because I don't want to destroy the picture. But it is in the way of my bush. Yeah, we don't need to talk about him. I've been wondering about if marketing the game as free is good or not. I mean, I'm not. It is going to be free. That's true. I just don't know. Like, I feel like if something is free, people wonder if the quality is really there. So I was thinking of, instead of making it free, I was thinking of, what is it called? Like pay whatever you want, which I assume is usually $0. What is that? There's a name for that, right? Pay. I don't know. I've been up too long. My brain doesn't work anymore. Space Quest Replicated is free and as good as the best Space Quest game. Yeah, pay what you want. I thought there was a specific name for that. What am I doing? I'm choosing all the wrong colors. That can be a good thing, actually. Enclosure is also free and an awesome EGA game. And things like Heroine's Quest is free. And I've heard a lot of good things about that as well. Surprisingly, I haven't played it because it's probably right up my alley, as I love the Quest for Glory games. Enclosure is also free and I think I read that already. That's another thing I want to stream. Heroine's Quest. Yeah, I would love to watch you play that because, like I said, I don't know almost anything about it. But I'd like to see how they tried to recapture the feeling and the excitement of the original Quest for Glory. Because I think it's supposed to replicate the first one in how it plays, right? I could be wrong about that. Excuse me. It looks kind of like a remake of the first one. Yeah, like the VGA version of the first one. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, he's on Twitch. He streamed this really awesome game a while ago. Haven't seen him live that much lately, though. He's a very busy person. Multiple projects and whatnot. A photo. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna paint this in and I'll check out that photo. Oh yeah, thanks for, you mocked up a cool little, it's very churchy though. That's the only thing. It almost makes it, yeah, because I like the arch on it, but it does really make it look like an actual church building. What do you think? saying I stream would be a very generous description. Yeah, like I said, he streamed this really great game. I think he felt like he hit his high point, you know, with Betrayed Alliance. After that, it's like, well, it's only downhill after that. plus the roof on the sides is a little, it's like too angled for them to walk on anyway. For them to climb up to and stand on. It would be hard to do that at that angle, I think. I wonder... I like the general outline of it, though. At least the middle part. Thanks for mocking that up. It gives me a good idea of how it would look visually. Such a helpful person. I want to redo this bush. These lines are... I can tell I didn't put my all into it. Oh, where'd they go? There they are. Come here, you bush. Now I feel a lot of pressure to putting my all into it now. It better look really good. These bush shapes better be fantastic. Oh, it's too much pressure. I can't handle that. Alright, well, it's mediocre at best, so. I don't know if the entire building is really at the right angle to show off anyone walking on it. They don't necessarily have to walk on it. Basically, if I can show it visually, you'll have one character here. The other character will hoist the other one up to get something that's essentially here. They'll just walk over and then fall through. That's the idea. Hopefully that worked visually well enough. So the flatter the sides can be, the better. Or we could skip to a cutscene. But our budget is going to run out of money. So cutscenes are going to have to... We'll have to be really limited on the cutscenes, I'm afraid. Now, where did this color come from? I thought I was doing the dark ones. Okay. Keep messing up. Okay, here we go. Back on track. Jump to cutscene is a good way to move things along. Yeah, but the animation budget is really, really tight right now. Use item on object, remove item from inventory, jump to cutscene. A classic sequence of events. Yeah, just put it in text. But, oh no, she fell through. Oh, but you're in luck. She didn't die. No Sierra death here. She just broke her ankle. She'll be perfectly fine. Alright, I'm going to get rid of that black line in the back, because I don't think we need that anymore. I think that was just to show where the back of the building was. I think we have that settled. Well, for 2 hours I think we made some progress. In that we haven't touched the building at all. And given that on Twitter I said that we would be drawing this building today, I feel like I've really kept up my my word. Yes, progress, sweet progress. I mean, it looks better than it did. Let's see, what did we start from? We started with that. And now we're here. Beautiful. And best of all, there's very few rocks. And rocks are my least favorite thing to draw, so. Oh wait, the building's going to be completely covered in rocks. I forgot about that. This thing's going to take me a while. Alright, got another image here. Ah, interesting. So like the shape on the back of the building. Oh, that's at the top. Everything's kind of interesting. I like that better. Definitely lots to consider. I really appreciate you going to the trouble to mocking those up. This one's interesting to me. So is that in the... Maybe I just need to clarify. It's not in the middle. That just makes sense. So it has slopes in from all sides. And it meets in the middle? Is that correct? Because the other way I'm looking at it is it just has the big structure in the back of it. Correct. What middle? Yeah, that's why I'm saying my words are not they're not working anymore. Oh man. Yes, slopes in trapezoidally from all sides. Yes. I do. That looks pretty good. Let's see. I wonder if I would have to have any kind of support in the middle of the building for such a structure. That'd be easy enough to do. Just put a bunch of big like wood beams. Jeez. Considering that I can't use words anymore, I think I'm going to have to go to bed. I appreciate everybody coming out and talking, though. They're right there in your vectors. Yeah, that's true. But we're not going to see any of those when we actually put the walls on. But yeah, you're right. They are there. Thanks, guys. Thanks again for coming out. It was a real pleasure talking with you, picking your brains, all that stuff. Have a great night. Until next time.